I really love being a landscape architect, and I'm really, really thankful that I found my way to this profession. Like many people, I came a little bit indirectly. And I'm also just so grateful for my many years of fellowship and growth, really, that I've experienced with the ASLA. And I can't begin to tell you how honored I feel to be able to be speaking to you today and telling you about my qualifications to serve as president of the ASLA. I've been in private practice for well over 3 decades. I've worked in small landscape architecture firms. I was an owner-manager in a regional interdisciplinary firm for many years. I've been a partner in a large firm, and I'm very happy to say that now I'm working on my own consulting and working out from a home office and enjoying that. Throughout my career, I've provided quite a lot of pro bono services to my community of things they needed. And one of the things I'm most enjoying about being able to schedule my time and not worry so much about billable hours is really being able to provide even more service to my community and organizations. You know, to do good work, I believe you really need to live and love what you do. And my work life has really been a very exciting adventure, and it's been intricately interwoven with my family life. My husband is a landscape architect. My son has his MLA and is really enthusiastic about his work. He's started a CLARB record and is preparing to take the LARE. And they're both members of the ASLA. My daughter is an artist, and she has a very strong environmental message in the work that she does. And I have this 2.5-year-old grandson. He loves to ride on my shoulders. And I had him up on my shoulders the other day, and going down the street, and he says, "Monkey puzzle tree, bamboo, black bamboo." And then he puts out Mugo pine, and I go, well, I think he's on his way, you know. So the ASLA really, my family really is part of the ASLA, and the ASLA has really been an extension of my family. I know the ASLA. I've served actively on national committees, including government affairs, licensure, membership, professional practice, and several active subcommittees there. I just completed a 2-year term as Vice President of Finance and Investment last year. And my many years of service and leadership on both the Finance and Audit committees have really given me a real understanding of both the programs and the processes of the ASLA. This kind of broad familiarity will really allow me to be very effective in this role from the very start of the term. After I graduated from Iowa State, I became a member. I'm sure there's some Iowa State graduates here. I became a member of the upstate New York chapter, and I've been an active member of the Virginia chapter since the mid-1980s. I've held every office except secretary. I've chaired numerous committees. I've organized multiple meetings, and I've even revised the Constitution bylaws twice. So I really understand the issues that chapters face, and I understand the importance of active chapters to our members. It's critical. So I really believe that the ASLA does need to continue to ratchet up this direct support that we've been starting to provide more to our chapters to help them be more effective. Now, growing membership is so critical for us, and we need to somehow a lot more actively engage with our students and with our recent graduates. You know, they need to see the society as relevant and personally meaningful, I think is the important thing, because they know, as we all do, sitting here, that people succeed in groups, but they don't really understand how much the advocacy and visibility and the different programs we have at the ASLA support these goals and are able to do it. So we really need to give them direct experience, and I think that's where the chapters come in. It's really important that we start to do that a lot more at the chapter level. So the ASLA really is the voice of the profession, you know, and all landscape architects, all of them, benefit from the work that's done at both the member and the chapter levels. And this is an important purpose of a professional organization, to speak for us and keep us visible. It also used to be very critical to be a member of your professional organization in order to have access to information and enjoy fellowship and support of your peers. But we live, and it's still very important, and we're really aware of it when we do get to have face-to-face contact. But we're living in a time of really freely available information. There's so much out there, and we can locate and communicate with and work with peers through social media and technology. So our non-member landscape architects really need to understand how important it is to have the ASLA speaking as our unified voice. And one of the things we must do is figure out a better way to communicate, or more ways to communicate that to them. Now, one of the reasons that landscape architects have so much to offer is because our practices are so diverse. But that diversity also can make it hard for graduates to understand the value of the ASLA or the value of licensure. I served 8 years on the Virginia Regulatory Board. I was active in CLARB throughout that time. And I think that, I've been in the front lines of really advancing licensure. And I've also been very outspoken about the ability of landscape architects to do both site plans and stormwater management plans. It's really important to have a license. I believe this because I think what it is no matter what kind of work we're doing, and it's extremely varied, it is our identity. And so it speaks to the understanding we have of the different social and cultural and natural processes, and also how that understanding really affects the health, safety, and welfare of the public. We have many exciting initiatives underway at the ASLA. One of the things I'm most excited about is the advancement and the growing strength of the professional practice networks. I sat in on several of the webinars that they did this spring, and they were all just so fantastic. It was amazing. It was wonderful to see just what really extraordinary, interesting, and specific things. I learned so much that our members are doing in their practices, and I think that it would be really helpful for students and young professionals to see that, so they really understand how landscape architects are using their education, but also their passion, in their work, and to making the world a better place. It's an important thing. I'm a big picture thinker, but I'm very attentive to details, as many of you know. I think of the long-term results, but I'm really focused on implementation. I like to get things done. At the same time, I really have cultivated being an alert listener and of really having the patience to really understand other point of view. I think that's really critical. I am an excellent facilitator. I'm trained in mediation. I'm a collaborator, and I'm a connector. I think one really good thing that landscape architects do all the time is sort of connect the dots. We connect the natural and human world in some very strong ways. We connect allied professionals to each other. We connect details and have the big picture, and we really connect these high-performance environments through excellent design. The ASLA really does need to continue to expand on connections and collaboration with our allied professional organizations, with our other landscape architecture organizations, certainly with our universities, with our students, and with emerging professionals, I think. We are needed. The work of landscape architects is really needed it's essential to our global future. We design, and I think about this, we design in the fourth dimension. We're always aware of growth and change over time. And we understand the cycle of life as a process, and the great thing is we work with it. It's wonderful. So we are needed as leaders to help to bring this understanding to address issues of environmental quality and of social equity. My knowledge and understanding of the goals and programs throughout the society have equipped me to serve well as your president. I also bring the following to work on your behalf: a genuine interest in people and their ideas. I have a great respect for the world and people and where we live. I have a deep concern about the present and the future, and I really have an all-consuming curiosity. I'm prepared and ready to serve as your president. I have the organizational and leadership experience as well as the skills to do the job. Just as importantly, I am able to firmly commit the time and energy for the next 3 years. The ASLA will be my priority. So I ask you to grant me this opportunity to continue to serve. Thank you very much.